This is the view from the bombardier seat of a B-17 bomber that flew during World War II.
The bombardier set up here, this bomb sight, and then he would work, the rack would come down, he could aim these chin turrets.
Despite its relatively small size, volunteer pilot Jim Lang says the plane would hold a crew of 10 members as well as up to 5,000 pounds of bombs.
Radial engines, 1,200 horsepower. That was the largest single row horsepower engine produced at that time.
And this historic aircraft is available for tours and rides this weekend at the Youngstown-Warren Regional Airport.
This is a World War II survivor. This is a B-17G model.
Neil Morrison is a pilot with the Experimental Aircraft Association out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Every year they travel around the country offering tours of the plane.
Ordinarily, if you wanted to see a B-17, you'd have to go to one of a handful of museums that has one, and there it is behind velvet ropes, and there you view it, and that's a wonderful thing. Here, you go up to it, on it, around it, through it.
I've flown on 3 different bombers.
While for most this is their first time on a bomber, that's not the case for Alvin Schutte.
We actually flew up to 40,000 feet, 42 below zero.
Schutte says being able to tour the craft helps people realize what it was actually like for soldiers.
I watched so many of the war movies that I've shut off due to the fact they glorify war.
They had 1 or 3 airplanes didn't come back, so huge losses.
Well, I was born here in Warren, Ohio. Went to high school at Warren Harding, yay Warning.
Donald Freer was part of the famous Shoo Shoo Baby bomb group.
We flew very deep missions over Germany, into Germany, dropping high explosive material on the factories and the railroads, and sometimes on troop concentration.
This is the airplane that did the most bombing in the European theater, and it was the one that ended up being the crew favorite.
These guys, these men, these boys who flew them and were gunners on them and were bombardiers are just heroes, in my opinion.
Bill Griffin is the director of the Ernie Hall Aviation Museum in Warren, who partnered with the EAA to bring the B-17 here.
It is an incredible opportunity for you to take a tour of the airplane or go for a ride, which would be the ultimate in one of the greatest aircraft of all time.
Well, let's put aside the history of the World War II and the B-17. It's an incredible scenic ride. When you're up in the bombardier seat, at the very front of the airplane, the nose of the aircraft, that plexiglass dome, that's like being in a helicopter. When you're back in the waist area, right next to the 50 caliber machine guns on the left and right, looking down over outside that curved window, you're looking straight down at the landscape going by. We do our air tour for about 24 minutes in flight, and we fly at about 1,500 feet, 2,000 feet above the ground. So it's a spectacular view. Even though we're flying at 150 miles an hour, it seems like things are going by at a very leisurely pace.
The B-17 will be on display through Sunday with flights in the morning and tours in the afternoon. For more information, visit b17.org.
It was a dream come true in plain words.
It was kind of fun and a little bit confined, to say the least. I used to be sitting up in a pilot seat, and I was sitting right behind them on what they call a jump seat.
Well, I'd just like to say that I really thank the people with the B-17 for the flight, because I had given up hope ever being on the inside of an aircraft.
If you could come out and see this airplane, you'll get goosebumps. If you can go for a ride, you'll be amazed.
We don't know when, but at some point this airplane will be parked in the museum in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So now's the time to come see it.